Hello, everyone. Welcome to TravClan's webinar. Thank you so much for joining with us today, and a heartiest welcome to each one of you who actually took out the time to be present over here in today's presentation. Today's presentation is an important one. Why? Because we are discussing about Dubai and its post-COVID readiness. We all are aware, we all, the part of the Indian travel industry, are aware of the fact that Dubai is one of the most hot selling destination of the Indian travel trade. And with recent development and phased reopening of Dubai starting from 7th of July, it is imperative and it is extremely important that we discuss what is coming ahead of us and to be updated and to be ready with all the correct information and guidelines issued by the Dubai government, right? So for this, we have with us my dearest friend from Turning Point Tourism Dubai, Mr. Ali Asgar Hussain, the managing director at Turning Point Tourism, and Mr. Etesham Peshimam, the sales and marketing director at Turning Point Tourism. Welcome, Ali. Welcome, Etesham. How are you
Thank
guys?
you. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
very
Thank you
good
so much.
afternoon, all. Thank you so much for having us here. It is a pleasure and privilege to share this platform with you and to interact with our partners. Thank you.
Great, great, great. A very warm welcome. Thank you so much for taking out time and being present over here to give us updates about Dubai. So, Ali and Etesham, what exactly are we expecting in today's presentation? A lot of people are actually have a lot of questions in mind and they want their answers. So, what exactly are we discussing today? What all key points are we taking up in today's presentation?
Okay, Ali bhai, I'll share a bit. Okay,
Yeah,
Tarang.
please go ahead.
Tarang, basically, we are here to interact with all our partners through this platform and to share with them what are the latest updates as far as Dubai and UAE as a destination are concerned. As you know, Dubai has always been very aggressive and very vibrant in terms of its policies and safety measures, what attracts tourism and how they would like to perceive and develop in the coming time. So we will have a small presentation which will be about the current scenario in Dubai, the safety and health measures and precautions which are being taken up there, a few question and answers about how we can make it better, and then we will have a small presentation if time permits about a new tour called the Meras tour. Now basically Meras is a capitalization or initiation of Turning Point. We have the one who have kind of made it, and it is one of the best moments of your life you can live when you do a Meras tour. So we'll take it further from there.
Okay, great. So, interesting updates coming up about Dubai's post-COVID readiness. Let us talk about the most interesting part of today's presentation. That is, of course, the Dubai Destination Knowledge Quiz. So, yes, we are organizing a Dubai Destination Knowledge Quiz after the presentation. And the best part, two lucky winners. Yes, two lucky winners will get a 3-night stay in Dubai from Turning Point and TravClan, those who will be answering all the questions correctly and the first one to do so. So without further ado, let's just start off with today's presentation. Ali and Etesham, over to you guys. Let's just start and let's just spread information about Dubai's post-COVID readiness. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tarang. Thank you so much. Okay, let me just introduce Turning Point to all our partners. Turning Point Tourism is a 7-year young company. As an entity, we've been in the market since 2013, and we are a team which has been there in the market for a long time with an experience of over 2 decades as a company. And we are like the partners for most of the people. We treat ourselves to be the partners rather than a DMC. And as far as UAE and Dubai are concerned, the company believes in a very small and crisp belief, that is to do things differently, which is also our tagline. So here we believe we can make a difference to our partners in terms of how they sell things and how they can promote tourism. Let me introduce Mr. Ali Asgar Hussain. Ali Bhai, is known in the market as Ali Bhai. He is the managing director of Turning Point. Last 2 decades he's been in Dubai. We were all part of a team earlier, and that's how the market knows us. And now Turning Point is the team where people look forward to working with us, and we are looking forward more eagerly to work with new partners. And TravClan happens to be one of our very close partners. That's why we are here. Grateful to Almighty for this platform, and thank you so much, everyone. I'll start the presentation, but before that, I'll just like Mr. Ali to speak a few words.
Oh, thank you, Eresham. Thank you, Tarang. It is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to be associated with TravClan, and we got this platform to introduce Turning Point and to update about UAE as a destination, since we specialize in UAE. And it's good news that since yesterday the tourism has opened, and there's a lot of positive vibes which is going on in the market, and people are quite excited and positive, and people are exploring Dubai the way they used to do before. Good thing about Dubai is that thanks to the government over here, the government have taken a good initiative from day one since the time the COVID started. The government over here have done a fantastic job. Hats off to the UAE government, the way they have controlled the entire pandemic situation. We as a local residents living in UAE, we never felt the shortage or scarcity or of anything which a basic human will require, be it your food essential items or be your medical treatment or whatever. This country has done a phenomenal job. So that's what all about UAE. But now I'm sure my colleague Atisham, he will run down to the presentation, which will have more information about what UAE is all about. So over to you, Atisham.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. Thank you, Tarang. Let's start with the task in hand. Let me share my screen with all our viewers first. Okay, Tarang, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, let me just start the presentation. Basically, we have a small presentation today, which describes the current scenario of Dubai. To start with, Dubai has been one of the most vibrant destinations where tourism has been attracted because of the very friendly and very calm and ease of tourist friendly ways of the Emirates. Dubai is part of UAE, as everybody knows, and Dubai is the financial capital of UAE. In today's time, when Dubai and the whole world are fighting against this pandemic of COVID-19, Dubai has always stood up and is pioneer in terms of the safety and health measures which are being taken, because we believe in a very simple thing, that it's better to take precaution. Prevention is better than cure, to be precise. And that's how the current scenario in Dubai is. What are the various precautionary measures taken by the Dubai government in the last 3 months? As we know, the last 3-4 months have been a very difficult task for all of us, but Dubai government has shown tremendous capabilities of putting things into place, where the testing, the precautions, the overall system has been designed in such a way that we take care of the safety and health of the visitors as well as the residents. There has been a 3 weeks of intense 24-hour national sterilization program. This was to ensure there are high levels of protection and prevention across Dubai. There was an introduction of an online system for movement of permit. Basically, this was done so that the people who are actually required to go out must go out, like they can go to the hospitals, to the healthcare, or the meetings which they have, the required ones, and to avoid the crowding in the place. And this was done online through an app you could take your permit, and then you can move out with the permit. If you are without a permit, there can be a fine or a violatory punishment given to you. So the citizens and the visitors who were there, they adhered to this, and it was followed to the T. There were also the drive-through testing centers, and as of 21st of June, they have conducted 3 million COVID tests. You could just, the way we are doing a drive-through for a snack or something, we could drive through these centers, we could give our test, and we could come out with the result. So it was a very fast and very unique way of using the time and capacity to ensure that the tests are being done fast. Again, various precautionary measures for last 3 months. There was an introduction of a list of violation and fines to control the unnecessary movement. Now this was primarily because people were being warned, people were being informed that going out in the pandemic is not good for the health unless it is required, and people were not ready to understand or ready to adhere by it. There were fines up to 50,000 rupees at a time, 50,000 dirhams at a time, which were being put. So it was all a mechanism which was used to control the crowd and unnecessary, and avoid unnecessary going out by the people. There was daily inspection procedures which was across UAE. This was to ensure the compliance of the outlets to the precautionary health and safety measures were taken care of. All the outlets which were there, the retail shops or whatever was open, required the medicine shops and other facilities, they had to carry out the procedure, and any violations would attract the fines. There was an extensive cleaning and sterilization campaign which was covering public transport, and this was conducted by the RTA, the Roads and Transport Authority. Covered all the major bits of transport like the metros, the buses, and as you see, it was done in a very top of the line equipment, top of the line technology being used, and Dubai is known for the best. The best technology, best automation in order to make it secure for the common public. The current situation. Safety and security measures adopted by the city authorities to safeguard the residents and visitors are among the most stringent and the most sophisticated taken worldwide. Dubai has always been known for the best of its purposes and ways. So we have been seeing that there was a sophisticated and stringent use of the technology as well as the services for the safety and security measures. The Dubai government has demonstrated an effective strategy to combat the global pandemic with safety for all as its complete core. I mean, the core was that we need to have safety for all, whether it is safety of people, the environment, the utilities, and it was being done to the T by the government. What's open and operating as of now? Of course, with precautionary measures. Today, the hotels and private beaches have opened, public beaches have opened, the vital sectors like healthcare, your hospitals, organizations, or utilities have been opened. There is 100% capacity working for private and public sector offices. The airports are, of course, open with stringent protocols. Restaurants and cafes, they have to again adhere to the social distancing and the health and safety environment protocols. All retail sectors, amusement parks, the pools and water parks, of course, water parks have a limit of 50% of the capacity. The public transport is happening properly with the frequent sterilization, disinfection, and social distancing. All the manufacturing, construction, and logistics units are open. Also, the public parks, the water sports activities, the various sports, routines like golf, cricket, racket, and ball sports, they are all open with safety guidelines. Lastly, but not the least, the family entertainment facilities are also open, and gyms and health clubs are also open as of today. Now, what are the general health and safety measures? The public are currently required to strictly follow the precautionary measures, which includes your wearing a face mask all the time, maintaining physical distance for others as per the guidelines. Gloves are almost optional, but you have to wear a face mask and there is a fine if you are seen without one, and undergoing temperature checks at various inputs and outputs. In line with the ongoing effort for the safeguard public health, DTCM, that is Dubai Tourism and Commerce Marketing, has given the directive that all large events have to be suspended until further notice. And there is an exception of some meetings, exams, trainings, which are allowed with physical distancing and following stringent health, safety, and environment protocols. And now we come to the point where we're all eagerly waiting. Dubai is ready to welcome the visitors. As of yesterday, 7th of July, with the clock striking on 00 hours, the first set of visitors have already been have reached Dubai. And of course, they have to take care of the new norms, which are like the travel guidelines, the safety and well-being are needed to be taken care, and the transparent and easy system or follow of travel guidelines have been put by the government. And there is a prerequisite of subject to airports being operational at the departure destinations.
Hello,
A small video
I'm
from
Assam Kalam,
Dubai
CEO
Tourism.
of Dubai Tourism. As we navigate these challenging times, we felt that staying connected with our dear visitors is also very important. Tourism is a cornerstone of Dubai's economy, and the current worldwide efforts that are being taken to minimize the risks posed by the pandemic make us confident that the travel and tourism industry will bounce back and people will start traveling once again. But we must let you know that even as we get ready to welcome you in Dubai, we have put in place the highest standards of safety and security at all stages of your travel to safeguard your health, which is and continues to be our #1 priority. So when travel restarts, we trust that you will make a trip to Dubai. We will wait for you. Till we meet again.
The city is ready to welcome visitors and has regained its vibrant energy following the reopening of most of the attractions, the facilities, and amenities, including public and hotel beaches, shopping malls, restaurants, and other things are well open as well now. The international travelers who are planning their trip to Dubai are to be guided by the new travel protocols, which explain clear steps to ensure a safe trip to Dubai. Let's watch a small video which describes open as the word we would like to hear.
Open. Now that's a word that hasn't been used much in the world these days, huh? Well, open is looking good for Dubai right now, and we want to tell the world about it. It's open for business, of course, and a wealth of opportunities for the future. And there's literally hundreds of doors open to some of the best hotels you'll ever see. Oh, and the world's tallest building? Yep, that's open too. But this city is also open for fun. It's open for happy, open for crazy. Even the slopes are open. It's open for a guaranteed suntan and a dip in its beautiful, clear, warm waters. It's open for the arts and Arabian culture that you really need to experience, which means it's open for bucket lists too. But if opening boxes is all you want to do, there's more of that than you can possibly imagine. There's out in the open air, across open water, or if you just want to hit the open road full of hope and optimism. This is an open society, so it's up to you. This city has its arms wide open, and they're open for you. You get it? I think you do.
Okay, back to travel updates. What are the international travel requirements when traveling to Dubai? Dubai being one of the very hotspot and most sought out destination, has its own guidelines, and we are adhering to the safety and measures which have been given by the WTTC, that is World Travel and Tourism Council. Firstly, the fulfill entry visa requirements to visit UAE. That is, you need a proper visa, a tourist visa or your resident visa to come here. We are talking about tourist right now, so tourist visa is required. You need to ensure that you have medical travels covering COVID-19 insurance before traveling. So now medical insurance is a must before traveling, and COVID-19 has to be covered. And in an event, if you do not have international coverage, we need to sign a declaration to bear all cost of quarantine and treatment and complete the health declaration form to ensure that the passenger has no COVID-19 symptoms. The tourists are required to register all their details in an app called COVID-19 Dubai app, COVID-19 DXB app. The tourist must take a PCR test, that is your preliminary chain reaction test, up to 4 days prior to the date of travel, that is maximum 96 hours in advance. And if it hasn't been done, then a PCR test is required upon arrival at the Dubai airports. The airlines have the right to deny travelers if they display any symptoms of COVID-19. All positive COVID-19 cases will be quarantined for 14 days, with travelers bearing the cost of treatment and isolation. What are the attraction updates? The water parks, they are now available and open to a limit capacity of 50% at this stage. The private and public beaches are open and must follow stringent procedures as shared by the Dubai municipality and Dubai tourism. The theme and amusement park and recreational areas, both indoor and outdoor, are now allowed to operate adhering to the latest safety guidelines by the Dubai municipality and tourism. There is an increase in the frequency of cleaning and disinfection of the entertainment area before and after and during the operating hours of the various attractions. Every alternate vehicle is to be left empty while taking into consideration the ride balance and the paradise, and the one-to-one meet and greets are not permitted at the airport as a precautionary measure. Yes, we will see you soon. That's what we have been, looking forward to. These were the hotel updates. The hotels are open and they continue to operate with a rigorous sterilization and disinfection procedures. The establishments must follow mandatory sterilization and sanitation program, and they must ensure there is appropriate time intervals that are provided for effective sterilization and sanitization between check-in and check-out of the new guest. There is an online and contactless in-room check-in check-out recommended by the Dubai municipality and government, where hotels have the e-commerce capabilities. Hotels to have dedicated isolation zones in line with DMHS guidelines. That is again the Dubai municipality and health and safety guidelines for suspected areas as identified as part of the screening process. The nightclubs are also not operating as a precautionary measure. The minibars are not in use and refreshments can be ordered via in-room dining. The saloons are allowed to operate at their 100% capacity, following the precautionary measures as per Dubai municipality and Dubai tourism. The massage and spa services can now operate, but excluding the steam, sauna, inhalation rooms, jacuzzis, and your Moroccan and your Turkish hammam and hot baths. There's a small video again, which is welcoming you to Dubai. Safe and warm welcome at the first tourist land in Dubai. As we have shared that yesterday, 7th July, the first set of tourists have landed in Dubai. And as soon as the clock struck 12 on Tuesday, this guest Dubai gets the World Travel and Tourism Council travel stamps for your safety protocols. The Safe Travel Stamp helps travelers identify the destinations and businesses around the world which have adopted WTTC, that is World Travel and Tourism Council's global standardized protocols for health and hygiene. The safety stamp will go a long way in endorsing the safety protocols being followed and reestablish consumer confidence and ensure travelers about the enhanced standards of hygiene that tourism business in Dubai are following.
We made you a promise that we would see you soon. That time has come. We're ready to welcome you with open doors, to share your journey of discovery, making your well-being our priority. And today, we make you a new promise that our home, Dubai, is ready for you to visit once again. We promised to make it extraordinary. Now, we promise it will be so much more. We are ready when you are.
Okay, so we are ready when you are. That's the presentation about the safety guidelines, the precautionary measures, and the situation in the Dubai as of now. We would also like to introduce and describe about a new city tour which is conceptualized by Turning Point. This is called Miras City Tour. Miras is a new area which has been developed right across from the Jumeirah water district towards the Sheikh Zayed Road, and it covers 4 main destinations within it. The Miras City Tour, let me just describe about it. It's basically half-day city tour. It can also be done for 5 hours and 10 hours. That is depending upon the requirement and the liking of the guest. What we suggest is that whenever we are discussing about this tour, we can first educate the guest about what the whole project and what the thing is. And if the guests are convinced, they can take either a 4-hour, a 5-hour, or a 10-hour tour. Basically, it's the cost of a vehicle, and the vehicle will take you to all the sightseeing places. Now, talking about Miras tour, how this tour was conceptualized, what we understand is that a city tour basically is to know the city, to understand, and to go to the most sought out places, and to take to and capture memories. I mean, people want to click their photos and they want to remember that moment for the whole of their lives. So Miras is such a tour where we have designed that you go to the best of places which nobody has seen in Dubai. You capture your moments there. You enjoy the place, the ambience, the things which are available for you, and then you can have a whole new page of memories in your life. So we are covering 4 major sites here. The first is City Walk. Second is La Mer. La Mer is basically in French it is called the beach. So it is the beach area. The last exit, which is there was the Abu Dhabi bound, and the last exit at the Khwanij where you have the yard. And there is an approximate stop of 40 to 45 minutes at each location. So there is no particular itinerary, but we can, wherever is the hotel the guest is staying, depending upon that, we can set the itinerary and cover the things in a rotational manner. Now, let's say we sit in our vehicle, we go to the first stop that's called City Walk. City Walk is basically inspired by the City Walk of a metropolitan city, where it's a popular family-friendly neighborhood with sophisticated ambience. You will find a unique mix of residences, dining, entertainment, hospitality, the best of places to grow for grooming and wellness spot. It's a huge 10 million square feet area, and the matrix is there are about 300 plus retail units. There are low-rise buildings, about 34 of them. There's a capacity arena of called Coca-Cola Arena, which is about 17,000 people at a time, and there is a 5-star hotel from the autograph collection as well. And there are 4 leisure and entertainment experiences. Also, there are 10 multiplex screens and 17 international street art murals. That's how typically the city walk looks like. So basically, you move around and you enjoy the ambience and the utilities which are there. Then we again sit on a vehicle and cover about 10 kilometers and reach the second spot, which is called Lamer. Now, Lamer is a beach destination, and it will give you a very very encompassing and very close look to the beach life in Dubai, where you have a 13.4 million square feet of area. Lamer has about 130 shops, restaurants, and cafes. Lamer comprises of basically 3 areas, which is Lamer South, Lamer Central. Lamer Central hosts the Laguna Water Park, one of the best water parks of Dubai as of today, and Lamer North, which includes Port de Lamer. This destination features a 2.5 kilometers of long, pristine, sandy beaches, and it is taking inspiration from the way the sea carries its treasures to the shore. Similarly, you find a very magical and carefree place where people can celebrate life as we see life as an event. So what are the metrics? The metrics is 13.4 kilometer, a million square feet, 130 plus retail out units, 2 public beaches for the visitors, 6 leisure entertainment experiences, 1 water park, that is Laguna Water Park, and the residential units. That's typically how Lamer looks at night. The beach area with you where you can do a lot of water. This is the water park. You also have the beach area where you can do a lot of water sports like your jet ski, your kayak, your water football, and things like that, beach football and things like that. Then the third destination within the city tour is called the last exit. The last exit is basically it is like from the Mad Max theme. Many of us would have seen the movie Mad Max and would know that there were huge monstrous trucks used in it. So we have actually bought those trucks here, and then we have developed a food truck park around it. So people who are coming here, they can go around, drive around through the parks, and people of all ages can explore and discover. And there are a range of convenience stores and amenities for everyone who is there. And this is one of the monstrous trucks which are being used there and as the decor. It is a post-apocalyptic scenery filled with monster trucks, war rigs, abandoned vehicles, and delicate flavors. It's a quite insightful for the fun dining experience. And then you have the last exit, there's Al Khwanij area. Again, you have a food truck park with a lot of varieties to choose in. Basically, the last of the destination in the the Mirage tour is the Yard. The Yard is a sprawling property which is spanning about 350,000 square feet. There are 2 pedestrian bridges, a very similar to thing what you find in Paris called the Pontes de Yard, where the Promise Bridge is there. And this is an answer to it. And the romantics can attach a padlock with their names. Also, there is a wishing well, So there are these things which make the place a little bit different from the others. And it's quite a picnic spot for most of the tourists which are there. Thank you. That's about it. That's the presentation on Meras. And I will request Tarang to take it in for the question and answer session.
Well, thank you, Etisham, for the interesting presentation and giving us all the latest updates about Dubai. And I'm sure the audience got their answers, got their questions answered related to any doubts and any queries that they might have. So audience, I would just like to announce that if you have like any more questions, please start posting your questions now. And we'll be taking up each and every question in detail. And both Ali and Etisham will be able to help us out and answer all the questions. So Etisham, we already have a couple of questions in. So the first question that we're taking up is coming in from Mr. Abdul Alim, and he is asking, can you suggest some good 5-star hotel or properties at Sheikh Zayed Road for MICE or wedding groups post-COVID? So something from your recommendation.
Yes, for MICE and wedding, right in Sheikh Zayed Road, there are plenty of hotels. The one I would recommend would be the Hilton properties, right? It's consists of the Haptur city where you have 3 properties connected to each other: the Hilton Hotel, the V Hotel, and your Haptur Palace. So together, it gives you an inventory of 1,600 rooms, right? So depending upon the client budget, so Hilton being a little basic kind of product, we being more trendy kind of a one, and Haptur Palace a luxury one. So for a wedding clientele, right? So all these three hotels perfectly fit into their requirement, and with the kind of the huge terrace area and open area which the hotel has will suffice the requirement for a wedding client and also for a MICE client.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I hope that answers the question for Mr. Abdul Aleem. Moving on to the next question that we have is any relaxation on refunds or cancellation policies on bookings post-COVID? So since we all are aware that the entire tourism industry was stuck heavily, also, you know, the small or medium travel businesses are also expecting some of the relaxation in terms of the booking policy, cancellation policy. Are there any guidelines or something that we can expect coming in from the Dubai government or from the Dubai DMCs, right, related to that?
See, when it comes to such refund and all those things, yes, refund had been a very important major element in our industry, whereby, right, it's an area where people try and capitalize their opportunities by charging cancellation fees and all those things. But looking at the current COVID situation, I'm sure everybody is ready to understand the situation, and they are ready to be flexible, and they are happy to waive off whatever is possible from their end. But again, depending upon hotel to hotel, and upon depending upon the department to department. Like for example, visa is one of the very sensitive things to do.
Mm-hmm.
When before COVID started into March, right? Before that, there were a lot of visas being applied. Unfortunately, due to this COVID situation, the immigration had to cancel all the visas. Now
Right.
we are yet to get back information from the immigration whether they are going to refund that money or that visa will be extended for future travel. That we don't know. But from a DMC point of view, yes, we will be more than happy to refund whatever is within our vicinity, which is possible from our side. Because we look at long-term relationship. It's not one-time business that where we make an opportunity from a customer and then we forget it. No, it's a long-term
Right.
relation. It's a long-term business. So we'll be more than happy to refund. In fact, and we have refunded whatever the cases which were booked in advance from before the lockdown started. So yes, we understand that people were scared to travel. So we gave them a surety that no need to travel, and whatever refund is possible from our, we will definitely refund the amount. And we have already done to a lot of our travel partners who must
Right.
be watching this live stream, so they will be knowing that we at Turning Point are more than happy to refund whatever money we can from our end. So that should not be
Okay.
a challenge.
Right. I think it is also very important for us as the member of the industry to actually stay by each other's side during the tough times. Obviously, you know, when the time comes when the business starts to roll, we are actually dependent upon each other. So it is very important and imperative to stay along with our respective travel partners.
True, true.
Great. Moving on to the next question, a really interesting question coming up. Since you all are aware and we all are aware that there is still no clarity on the flight resumption between India and UAE. So how do you know, some advice from your end? How do travel agents actually pitch the destination, pitch UAE or Dubai or Abu Dhabi, to their respective clients?
See, it's a very important question, which we understood that travel for international travels, right? Both ends should be right positive, and they both should be in the acceptance of right allowing people to travel. UAE is more than happy to welcome whoever wants to come, but unfortunately, from India side, the lockdown is still on, so we are not sure when the lockdown will get over in India and when people will actually start flying. So from our side, from UAE, we all prepared. Every precaution has been taken, and everything is under control. So, and as we saw that yesterday onward, tourists have started coming in. So from UAE side, there is no problem, no restriction. UAE is ready to fly to whichever destination the international boundary allows to fly.
Right.
Unfortunately, what I understand with this current situation, that Indian government has stopped allowing international flights into India. So we are
Right.
just waiting from the aviation ministry to announce that when they are allowing international flight to travel. So once they allow,
Right.
so then I don't think there should be a challenge for people to travel.
Yeah, there won't be a challenge, as far as Dubai as a destination is concerned. Well, at this point, I would like to announce that the Dubai destination quiz is now live. So those who of you are watching the live stream can start participating in the quiz and get a chance to win the 3 night stay in Dubai. So the links for those who are watching the YouTube stream are already in the description. Those of you who are watching the entire session from either TravClan Android application or from TravClan's website, there is a simple tag in the below description which says click here to participate. just click that button and start participating in the quiz. We have received the feedback from a couple of our viewers in the past webinars that some people have an issue participating in the quiz. That is why I wanted to make a point that yes, there is a button called click here to participate on the TravClan's Android application and TravClan website, where you can click that button, click that text, and you'll be guided to the quiz. The quiz is now live. Start participating and get a chance to win the 3 nights free stay voucher in Dubai. Moving on to the next question, Ali. The next question that we have is it's coming in from my untold journeys. My untold journeys. Right. So the question is, what is the change in the overall cost as seen before and after the COVID situation? Since the business was not rolling for the past couple of months, are we expecting any reduction in the price, any changes, something like that?
Yeah, again, a very good and valid question, right? Cost is something which everybody is quite concerned about. That after once lockdown is open and people start traveling, so what would be the package cost kind of a thing? So keeping in mind that with this now, this new COVID-19, right? What is more important is everyone's health and life, right? So keeping in mind that health and safety, right? A lot of precautionary measures have been taken, a lot of sanitization takes place, and every hotels or every transport company or every restaurants or retail shops or government transport, every damn person have to take strict precautionary measures to sterilize or to sanitize their vehicles or whatever it is, whichever is to expose to public areas. So obviously that involves a lot of cost to it. But again, saying that, it doesn't mean that that cost will be added to a particular cost element and the cost
Right.
might increase. But no, what good thing is over here is that government have taken a step forward and they have taken initiative of reducing the municipality fee, the service charges fee and all those things, so which is actually helping them to balance the cost of the sanitization along with the government fees, which has been balanced together. So it is not affecting the cost element of a particular product.
Right.
Yes, looking at the hotel kind of a thing, obviously they are very desperate for business and they have been suffering a lot for almost 4 months with no business. So obviously everybody would like to yield as much ARR they can. But looking at the current situation, and everyone knows that there's a lot of competition around and there's a lot of hotels opening up and with limited tourists around. So I'm sure they will understand this thing and they will also try and retain the price, not what they used to charge every year during the winter period from October onward when winter used to start. The hotel rate used to be doubled. But looking at the current situation, I am sure that hotels, we are in touch with the hotels. A lot of hotels have actually announced a lot of good, fantastic deals from October onwards. So, which is either they're continuing the summer rate or they have just hiked up the price a little higher from whatever they used to charge in summer. So again, it's a good sign that yes, the cost price, it will not be that expensive or it will not going to affect the pocket of every traveler. But I don't know about the airline part, that what airline is going to do, because we've been hearing talks about that airline has been asked to keep the middle seat empty. So we keeping that
Right.
middle seat empty, so they might average out the airfare. So that airfare might be expensive. But looking upon the DMC point of view, the ground handling cost, the package cost, I don't think that it will be of a big challenge.
Okay. Okay. Well, that is definitely a good news. So yes, the prices are in a bit control, but you cannot expect the prices to rise suddenly just because the business was not there. Also, everyone is pretty much prepared, and there are additional costs involved in keeping the guidelines maintained. But yes, again, as Ali just defined elaborately, that yes, the costs might rise in terms of the airline part. We are not sure about that, but yes, we are not expecting any much changes when it comes to the land packages or the hotel costs or probably the sightseeing costs as well. Moving on to the next question, coming in from the travel planners. Miras city tour that you just introduced to the audience,
Mhm.
how much what cost is exactly we are expecting for that tour?
See, again, it's all upon, this is not the right platform for me to discuss the pricing of it, but
Okay.
approximately I can give you an ad hoc cost, because this tour has to be done on a private basis. We
Okay.
cannot conduct this tour on an SIC basis. So a
Okay.
private tour, it would be a private vehicle. So for example, say for a half day private tour would be around say 100 to 115 to $25 kind of a thing, right? Which will not be that expensive, keeping in mind Dubai as a destination which is quite affordable. So, right, it's a very, very good and a very nice product which we have introduced. In fact, this Miras is not the only product. We have plenty of such new products which we have introduced, but unfortunately, we have a very short time frame. We cannot showcase all the products, but once things gets to normal, and definitely we are going to showcase all the new products and what are new innovation which Turning Point have introduced to the market, because we understand that Dubai as a destination, right, has been every year there are new attractions which are coming up into this destination, but unfortunately Indian market is still following the old method of selling Dubai, which is a 3 night 4 days basic package with city tour, safari, and cruise kind of a thing. But apart from that, there are hundred of other things which can be done in UAE, especially if people want to explore. But unfortunately, right, our market is such that they don't want to accept changes, or they don't want to try things new out. They have been following the same old trend, whichever has been selling for a decade. So people are just trying to copy paste and sell that same particular product at whatever lowest price they can sell. But the idea is not to sell lower things. The idea is to show our expertise, that what as a DMC or what as a partner, what we can showcase to our customer, because our customer does not know in and out about the destination which we are promoting, right? We are the masters of the destination which we live in, and we see that what all new development and what are new things which can be showcased to our tourists who are coming to UAE as a destination to explore things. So allow us and give us the opportunity, and we have hundreds of more such new products to showcase and to offer to our customers.
Right. Okay. Moving on to the next question that we have. It's actually an addition to this question only. So any time restriction with respect to this tour?
No, that again, as you said, it's on private basis. So it's depending upon the customer when they want to do it. Either they would like to do it in the morning time, or they would like to do it in the evening time.
Okay.
So it's all upon their choice how they would like to do it, because few places are there which can be explored in the daytime, and few places are there which can be explored in the evening time. So we can do it either in the late afternoon, say around 4 o'clock, or from 4 to 8 o'clock in the evening. So what happened then? They get a better climate kind of a thing, and then they can expose both the daylight and the nightlight of that Mirage tour together.
Okay. Okay. So I think we have covered up almost all the questions that we had. People were extremely interested in the videos that you guys placed. So we'll be sharing all those videos with the participant whoever has joined the today's webinar and is registered. We'll be sharing that PPT and everything to you guys. So if any more questions left, please start posting your questions and we'll take up all those questions. Yes. So one question coming in from Syed Junaid. He's saying that, is COVID test necessary for travel to Dubai? If yes, then cost of COVID test when you land at Dubai for tourists. So just a clarity over here. So COVID test is something preliminary, before you board the flight to Dubai, or is it a requirement at the Dubai airport? So I think there is a clarity that is required for the viewers. If you could just shed some light on that.
Sure. Because the law says that first you need to do this test from your country itself. Before traveling 96 hours prior, you have to conduct that test and you have to get a certificate. Right. Upon arriving over here, right, if the UAE government or authority thinks that yes, this particular person needs to be retest again, so they will conduct a test, and that test is again, I think it's free of cost. But if any person not coming without any test, without any certificate, landing over here, then the government will implement the cost on a particular passenger. He has to pay that cost for that.
Sorry, I think I got disconnected. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
There was some internet issue.
Okay.
So, just starting on where we left, if you could just please tell us once again. Yeah.
See, the UAE government have laid down the specification that every tourist coming to UAE has to have mandatory COVID test done 96 hours prior to the departure.
Okay.
Right. For example, a person is traveling on say 10th of July. So right, today is 8th of July. So he has to get his COVID test done and along with a certificate, right? And then he can board the flight. Now landing over here, if you produce a certificate and other documents, right, you're not required to have a test again. You can be cleared. But if the government or the immigration suspects you that randomly they would like to again retest you, so that retest which has been done, that will be chargeable to the respective passenger.
Okay. So that will be chargeable initially. If the government actually government officials asks you to actually conduct that tests once again, that will be chargeable. Any price bracket that we have for the viewers?
No, as of now, see, as a local resident, what we have been told over here is 330 dirhams is the cost of per COVID test done. So 330 dirhams is as good as 6,600 rupees kind of a
Yeah.
thing, Indian rupees.
Okay. Okay. I think we have we are through. We are through with all the questions that we had. Okay, a couple of more questions coming in, but I think okay, it's a very specific case, but but I think that we should probably take this one. So this question is coming in from Purple Holidays, and they're asking if a if a traveler is found COVID positive at Dubai airport and does not want to spend their quarantine period in Dubai. So is there a way out for that? Can they travel back?
Good question, right? We will check with the immigration authorities over here. We'll find out that what would be the case. Like as you said, that a person is found positive and he doesn't want to quarantine here. He would like to take a flight back to India or wherever he belongs to. So for that, we'll make a note of it and we'll clarify and we'll get back to you on this.
Perfect, perfect. So the answer to that question will be given to you via the post-webinar email that we'll be sharing with you. So the answer with same will be shared. Obviously, we'll include the contact details of both Ali and Ehtisham for your reference as well, if you want to connect directly with them. I think we've answered all the questions correctly, and it's time that we move forward, because we have already taken up all the questions that were there. But if there are still any questions left, you can start posting those questions. We'll be happy to take all those questions if there are any. Okay. Okay, so a couple of feedbacks coming in regarding the quiz. That you were answering the quiz, but the form was submitting didn't go through. Why? Because the time might have run out, and the quiz might have stopped automatically, right? So that's about that. That means that the quiz is not accepting responses anymore, because we are through with the time. All the people who were who submitted their response during the time, their responses are recorded and the winners are being calculated as we speak. Moving on to the just last question that we'll be taking up, coming in from Syed Junaid. Is Abu Dhabi open? Any special guidelines for Ferrari World and Warner Brothers?
See, as of now, Abu Dhabi, yes, it has opened, right? Over there also a lot of hotels and parks. For the park, I'm not sure because we haven't got any circular from them, but hotels and Louvre Museum is definitely open as of now.
Okay, okay. I think that's it, right? We have answered all the questions, and it is time that we announce the winners for today's quiz. And so just for everybody's reference, there are total 15 winners in total, but only top two winners will get that free 3-night stay, and I'll announce both of their name at the end. And so the 15 winners, the 15 winners for today's quiz, who will be getting vouchers from TravClan, as well as the top two winners who will getting the free who will be getting the free night free 3-night stay at Dubai. So the winners for today's quiz are Snehal Parekh, Sunil Kumar, Darshana Khanolkar, Shamala Gajula, Ratna Kumar Silam, Syed Mubashir, Siddhi, Sanjay Grover, Harish Doshi, Hemal Mehta, Abdul, Amit Prakash Bhide, and Dimple S. These are the 13 lucky winners who get the vouchers from TravClan, and the top two lucky winners, the people who answered the questions, all the questions correctly, and were the first one selected, are Mr. Nitesh Bilakhia and Mr. Abhay Parmar. These are the two top lucky winners who have won the 3-night free stay in Dubai. So, Ali, if you could, give us a brief detail about the vouchers that we are offering them today.
Sure. It's basically a 3-night, 4 days voucher covering basic trio and airport transfers, right? Which is valid until 22nd of December. 2020, right? So from today until 22nd December, whenever they wish to travel, they can avail that voucher.
Great. So congratulations to all the winners. Thank you so much for taking part in today's presentation. I hope we were able to answer all your questions in detail. and all your questions and queries and concern related to Dubai's post-COVID readiness was answered. Thank you so much, Etesham and Ali, for this lovely and an
Pleasure.
interesting presentation.
Pleasure.
And thank you so much for offering those vouchers for our viewers who have been
Always a pleasure.
patient enough and attending all these webinars with us. That's it from our end, viewers. Thank you so much for joining with us today. Hope to see you in our upcoming webinars. Please do hit the like button if you like today's topic. And if you have any suggestions for our upcoming topics, any other new topics that you want us to explore and discuss, please drop it in the comment section, and we'll definitely come up with something regarding that. This is Tarang Mohin signing off today. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, Tarang. Thank you, Mr. Ali. Thank you, audience. It was great having you here, and we look forward to another fruitful session.